Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Die in the Dungeon. My name's DeadM5337, and we are going to be talking about something that, well, just frankly, just bothers me. I, in my free time, have been, browsing TikTok and the like. Just because, that's essentially what you can do while you poop. Anywho. What I keep seeing is some silly TikTok girl. And she's complaining about people going and calling other people who play Dungeons and Dragons as tourists. And, it basically goes along the lines of... silly girl goes and positions her camera to go and make herself look moderately pretty, exposes some cleavage, she gets some clicks, and there you go. Well, the problem is that she's talking about, Dungeons and Dragons and how people are being called tourists, and that, I can't understand why, people would go and call anybody a tourist. It's a basic, just a thing of rules. If you go and play Dungeon, no, screw you. I don't I don't give a flying fudge. This is my hobby. I know exactly what's going on. Literally what's going on is the fact that there are old school fans of the hobby who have noticed that their hobby has basically become infested. It's become infested with a whole bunch of, frankly, people who were never part of the outcast group that is those who play Dungeons and Dragons. And that's entirely what it is. Dungeons and Dragons is a hobby that is that at least was primarily run, played, and supported by the outcast group. You might remember them being called nerds, dorks, dweebs, the ugly kid at school, the kid who has asthma, who, has trouble going and making friends. Guess what? That's who went and played the hobby. That's who went and kept the hobby alive. I mean, it's a fun game. I encourage everybody to try and play it. The problem is that it's been infested by a bunch of people who are, well, at core, activists. And by being activists, they are trying to infest the game with modern day politics. And if you've been watching my channel, you've noticed, or you probably have noticed, something that's been a common on all my runs and playthroughs. Politics is not coming into it. There's a reason why politics is not coming into it. It is because I was previously a fan of a different YouTuber, and he never cared about politics, he never brought it up, blah, blah, blah. Modern day happens, and he goes and brings up politics, and he literally, states, if you don't have the same political beliefs as me, frick off. And it kind of hurt me inside. Not, not physically hurt, but kind of hurt my feelings. Just like, mother, why would you say something to that? Especially seeing as you are, a moderately good sized, content creator. So when I went and created mine, Um, I have double shield things. Crimson Blade wouldn't necessarily be that bad. Um, but because he went and did this, I made a conscious decision that if and when I ever started a YouTube channel or whatever, I was not going to, bring in politics to alienate people or make people feel less than or any of that stuff. The closest I come to that is whenever in a game they bring up that they need power. Well, the answer is nuclear. It's kind of a joke because that is, one of the few powerful things that always gets overlooked no matter what. Which seems foolish to overlook nuclear, especially seen as it is probably one of the cleanest and most efficient forms of power that we currently have. Until we get fusion. If we get fusion generation, that'll be something new and neat. If we can make that cheap, I mean, that'll be fantastic. We're going to do that to go and stop him from attacking, and there we are. Attack dice was 1 to their value, take 2 damage at the end of the turn. Didn't that used to be the other way around? Ew. Alright, whatever. And it just gives me a giggle. That's continually overlooked and whatnot. Nice. But I'm not going to, shame on you for not, understanding the great benefits of nuclear, because frankly, most people don't give a flying fudge. Ooh. Anyways, back to what I was saying about the silly Dungeons & Dragons girl. She's noticing people are calling her tourist and the like. Well, yeah, that's because she is a tourist. She didn't grow up with this. She didn't support this thing when it was uncool to support this. She came in when it became popular from, well, frankly, things like Critical Role and all this other stuff, where tangentially moderately famous people, 5, 6, 7, that'll kill that one outright, start playing on live streams and the like. Well, oh my goodness, this famous person's going and playing this. I want to play it because they look cool. And I want to be cool. No, it's not how that works. But because they have nothing better to do and they have no personality, they insert politics in place of their personality in there. And they pretend that if you ignore their politics or not agree with them 100% on their politics, you're insulting their personality, and you're not. You should be, because these these people who inject politics into everything that they do, well, frankly, they're boring. That's why they go and inject politics, because they have no personality that is, worth seeing, worth being around. They aren't fun people. They're boring people. So politics gives them a identity that they didn't quite have before. It's super dumb. But it's something that they do. So when they're doing this, they're going and adding more fuel to the fire, and they're bringing out more and more that they're tourists, for one. For two, they are wrecking the fun of the game. Because part of Dungeons and Dragons is usually that it's a medieval setting. Well, medieval politics is way different than current politics. And, well, let's face it, if you're going to be in a medieval setting with medieval politics, hollow attack dice. Ew. I wonder. Because I can always go into the thing. And with the bag, I'll draw it a lot. But yeah, my medieval politics is freaking just terrible if you compared to current day politics. It is vile, it is gross, it is terrible. There's evil things, like owning people and the like, and it's just not good. Phooey. So if I put you there, that's more than enough. Put you there, that's more than enough. There you go. Needed to think about that for a second. I was getting low on health. But they go and insert, and they get their pee-pees hurt over and over and over because, you do, well, to modern day interpretations, questionably moral things. That's fine and all if you're a, adult and you are able to actually realize what the heck's going on. If you spend your entire time acting like a flippin' child, you're going to, ruin the game for people. Not only that, these people have managed to make their way into Hourglass. The actual corporation that is Hasbro, also known as Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, I only have one hollow die. And they're infecting their quote-unquote new rules into core game mechanics. Well, shoot, if you do that, they're, not only are you bothering the players, you're creating animosity and hatred, your way, whether you realize it or not. Alright. Boom. And boom. Yeah, that'll heal me. That'll heal plenty. Great. Oh, nice. Boom. 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 Let's go. Alright. We'll go boom. Boom. And boom. Alright. So, but she couldn't seem to understand that, and that's what's sitting there making me go freaking nuts. What you're experiencing is the old fans of the game trying to root out the cancer that has infested their game. This isn't gatekeeping. This is curing or attempting to cure a poison that's infected, the host body of the game. It's not gatekeeping. It's removing the invading force that's already infested or invaded your land. Gatekeeping is already, should have already happened. These people have already embedded themselves in there and are ruining the game for everyone else. I know that I hadn't quite fully thought this through, but I know what's going on. And I'm just trying to think how to, explain this to this person. Because I'm not going to post a TikTok, but, the response that you can give is only, 130 characters. That's a paragraph at max. And a really short one at that. I don't know. This has just been bugging me. I keep on seeing it. I hope it made sense. And I'm just rambling now. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you did, please be sure to go and make a comment, a like. If you didn't, be sure to go and tell me how I'm a freaking terrible person and all that other stuff. I don't mind. If you disagree with my opinion on this factor, tell me where I'm wrong. I would love to be able to, be proven wrong. Maybe these people are just assholes, but it really does seem to, be a trying to drive out an invading, force. Anywho. Bye-bye.